Hello, hello, hello. We're live. Kathia, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to give it a minute so people can come in. And you know they're going to mute me and keep busy saying nobody's here. Okay, you know how it goes, yada, yada, yada. Going to wait till people come in, because we can't have freedom of speech. So I'm going to give people a minute or two to come in. I'm going to give people a minute or two to come in. I'm in the back. Okay? Insightful, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm giving people a minute or two to come in. Okay. I am muted in the back. We're going to start in 5 minutes. E. Carter, welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you everyone for joining me. You're welcome. Let's give it a minute or two so people can come in. Hey, Leilani, welcome, welcome, welcome.
The House Negro and
Kay Wright, welcome. Sim, welcome. Isaac, welcome. Let's give it a minute or two before we start, okay? I'm letting the people come in. We know they're going to keep my numbers down to like 20, 30 people. Don't let that bother you, okay? Okay, everyone. So tonight we're going to use our imagination. While we still have an imagination, we're going to be using our imagination tonight. So I want everyone to open their third eye, okay? Because we're going to imagine a world tonight. Okay, everyone, press 1 if you can hear me. And don't forget to click on the links below. Click the links below so that you can follow me on other social media platforms. Okay? Press 1 if you can hear me. Okay, great. And as you come in, NSA, CIA, FBI, DOJ, as you come in, Mossad, M15, M16, hit that like button, it's free. Hit the like button because it's free of charge. All right, we're going to imagine while we still have the right to imagine. Tonight, we're going to imagine if I were a dying alien race. Now, what would I do? If I were a dying ET race from a dying distant planet, and I needed a planet to live because I brought my civilization to the brink of extermination, what would I do? My race being a technologically advanced race, I would begin to traverse the known universe in search of a planet with the conditions I could terraform to become my new home. And as I travel the universe, I come across planets after planet, until lo and behold, by accident, I come to a planet called Earth. As I examine this planet, I realize, my God, they have everything that is needed to regenerate dying races from dying planets. They have a robust atmosphere, a robust ecosystem, inferior technology, and a race of people who are struggling to find their identity. Now, what would I do if I were a dying ET race from a dying planet and I came upon Earth and I saw that the Earth was fit for my race? Now, here's the problem. In my assessment of the Earth between myself and my ET generals, we realize that we cannot live with the Earthlings on the Earth together. One would be stronger than the other. So in order for my race to survive, their race would have to die. But in my assessment, I realize, because I come from dying ET races and from dying planets, we don't have enough ETs to go to war with 8 billion Earthlings. Now, as I sit with my ET generals in our room where we brainstorm, I ask them, how can we take planet Earth without the Earthlings realizing what is taking place? If I were a dying race, the first thing I would do is I would send a covert mission to the Earth to assess the planet's strengths and the planet's weaknesses. I would send a covert mission, and I would make sure that my emissaries would look like the human population. Perhaps they would even befriend the human population. So my first task would be to identify what are the planet's strengths and what is the planet's weakness. The second thing I would do if I were a dying alien race from a dying planet and I wanted the Earth for myself is I would send my top scientists to look at their ecosystems. I would want to know everything about how their ecosystem functions and how it functions in relationship to the population. How does the ecosystem keep them healthy, keep them fit, keep them strong. Huh? That's the second thing I would do. The third thing I would do if I were a dying alien race from a dying planet is I would pay close attention to the most powerful countries. After all, if they figured out my plan, they would be the first to launch an attack against me. So, what would I do? I would send my emissaries, of course, they would look like the population, to find out everything about their critical infrastructure and about how their governments run. And I would infiltrate the most powerful governments without their knowledge. That's what I would do if I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet. After that, after I assess the planet's strengths, weaknesses, ecosystems, infrastructure, governments, and their military. Oh, look, I'm already there. But then I would make contact. I would attempt to make contact. And I would make contact not with the weakest governments, but with the most powerful governments on that planet. Why? After all, if they figured out my agenda before I could take their planet, I would be done for because they'd be able to mobilize that very large population that is standing in my way of Earth domination. And when I make contact with the most powerful governments on this imaginary planet called Earth, I would bring them gifts. After all, they are a gift giving culture. Now, what kind of gift could a dying alien race from a dying alien planet give to the most powerful governments on a planet I want for myself? I would bring them the gift of technology. Technology that would be superior in their eyes, but inferior in ours. After all, I'm not stupid. Why would I give them superior technology for them to defeat me? But to this human race whose planet I want, I would give them technology to make them think it's superior. But get this, I would give them the technology that caused my extinction and tell them it's superior. Oh. If I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet, what would I do? I would contact all the superpowers and give them superior tech to make them believe they are more powerful. Our superior tech would be traded for their most precious asset, humans. Why? Because 8 billion humans, no matter how technologically inferior, can mount an assault to defeat a superior technological alien civilization via their sheer numbers. So here's what I would do. I would give the governments superior technology in exchange for their human population. Of course, it's a little secret, between me and their governments. Okay? Because the governments are like, hey, what's a bunch of humans? Well, we're getting technology. If I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet and I wanted Earth, what would I do? Why humans? I'd want to know the very biology of that race that stands in my way. I need to know everything about the physiology of the people who can mount an assault and stop me from taking their planet. I need to know how the human body works to the extreme. So, of course, I'm going to give their government tech if the government gives me humans. If I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet and I wanted Earth, what would I do? When I give the government the superior alien technology, I would infect the technology with an alien virus. So every piece of technology that they receive as a gift from me will infect their entire infrastructure. And I can take over their entire global infrastructure at any point in time. But catch this, the alien technology that I would gift to the governments would release a virus in the technology that can jump to humans. Why? Because I'm a dying alien race from a dying alien planet. And the only way for me to survive is to take Earth. Now, once they take my Trojan horse technology, my gifts of technology, and they integrate it into their system, it would begin to unfold and infect the global systems and networks on Earth. However, little do they know that the people who are monitoring their global infrastructure, they become infected because my technology will be synthetic biology. It will jump from technology to biology. And the first thing I would do is when it infects the biological system, the humans whose task it is to operate this alien technology, it would take over their brains and blind them to my plans. It would change the way in which they think, that they would begin to issue my plans and think it's good for the human race. Now let's look at the ET government alien trade-off. I just merely want some humans, and I will give you all these goody technology if you would just give me some humans and, some land under the earth. Now, why would you want land under the earth? Well, we can't really live on the atmosphere. We live, we're accustomed to more, dark, balmy type climates. And under the earth is more suitable for us to live. I mean, we're not asking you for much. We're just saying, all of these goody technologies that you can advance, you can, travel the stars with this great technology. And all we're just asking is just a couple of humans and, some land under the earth. I mean, I don't think that's much of a trade off. Then the governments would say, you know what? We could travel the stars with this technology if we just give them a couple of humans and a little cave under the earth. What's the big deal? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for really helping us. And we will help you. We have so much knowledge. We will help you on how to guide your planet. So the trade-off takes place. Now, what would I do if I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet, and the governments agreed to take my superior technology if they gave me a couple of humans and a little cave under the earth? Now, while everything on the surface of the earth looks normal, me and my alien generals will analyze the entire biology of the humans, and I would start building an underground army that is superior to the biology of the human. And I would forbid the governments of the earth of going any deeper than the treaties we agree to. Remember, I have superior technology. I could dig deeper into the earth without their knowledge or without their consent. I would take the humans that they give me deep down into the earth, and I would put them through the extremes to know the capability of the human race and their will to live, so I could then begin to build an army that I know can surpass their capabilities and their will to live, all outside of the unsuspected eye of their superpowers. If I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet and I wanted the Earth, what would I do? Oh my. Do you remember that superior tech that I gave to the superior powers that run the earth? The tech would start unfolding and start infecting the global infrastructure. That tech would then jump from technology and it would begin to infect the people. I would start by infecting the government. Now, how would a synthetic virus, alien virus, created for technology, infect your government? Well, the technology would cause the governments to think, hey, there's too many people on this planet. Why do we have so many people? This is not good. We need less people. And the people would then say, you know what? There are too many people on this planet. We need less people. And I would sit in the shadows, underground, as I watch my alien technology infect the human race and make them believe that their death is good for the planet. If I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet, and I needed this planet to live, and I'm like, I'm stuck underground breathing in this air while they're above ground breathing in that good air. I would change the atmosphere. Hey, and I would infect the brains of the government to begin spraying toxic chemicals from the air and saying, hey, it's good for you. If I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet, and I saw, if these humans eat the food from the ground and the food is nutritious, they become fit and healthy, and then there'll be 8 billion healthy people that I have to fight. I wouldn't be able to defeat this army. I know. I would go to the governments and say, hey, listen, you have all these starving people. You need to create this. We call this genetically modified food. You can grow it no matter the weather, no matter the pests, and that would put an end to poverty. That would put an end to starvation. I would put the virus into the food. Oh, wait, hold on. I just infected their infrastructure with an alien virus. The virus jumped from the technology to the governments. And now the governments believe, hey, we need to kill off this population. It's too many people. And then the people believe, hey, there's too many of us. We need to die. And then I tricked them again and told them, hey, this air is no good. We need to alter this air a little bit. Make the air more conducive and then rain down chemicals on the humans and tell them it's good for you. Then I would alter the food. Oh, but why would I stop there? Hey, hold on. I began to notice as a dying alien race. Damn it, there are some of these humans who can still see. Some of these humans are saying there's an alien race on this planet. I go back to my generals, alien generals. Some of these humans, they're detecting something is wrong with this plan. What do you think? Well, I've noticed that this human race, they all need water. In fact, they can't survive 3 days without water. What say you? Are you trying to say we should get rid of the water? No, we need the water. No, why get rid of the water? We have this alien chemical. It's called fluoride. Fluoride. Yes, I remember fluoride. That's what we used on our alien planet when we wanted to keep our civilization like zombies before we exterminated ourselves. Yes. Why not put fluoride in the water? I should have thought of that. Then they wage a campaign to fluoridate the human race. There goes your air. There goes your food. Now there goes your water. Your governments think it's too many of you, and the population agrees. There's too many of us. If I were an alien race from an alien planet, and my planet and people were dying, and the only thing that could save us is taking Earth, what would I do? I got your food. I got your water. I got your air. I got your government. I got you. I would then corrupt your education. Why would I corrupt your education? A people who know their history cannot be easily deceived. I would never let you know the truth of history. Because if you knew history, you would know that I'm a devil in disguise. If I were an alien race from an alien planet and my species were dying alongside my planet, now what would I do? I would convince the men, because the goddamn men, even though they're not more technologically advanced, they're gonna fight us. And there's 8 billion of them versus 5,000 of us. Now, what would I do? I would convince their men they're women. And I would convince their women they're men. If I were an alien race from an alien planet and my planet was dying and my species was dying, what would I do to the children? Well, I would not permit the children to live, and I would convince the parents to damage them as much as possible. Why? Because if I let the children live and the children see what I'm doing to their parents, they're going to rise up and take revenge on me. If I were an alien race from an alien planet, I have your government, your infrastructure, the population, your food, your education, your sexuality, your air, your water. What would I do? I would increase your taxes. What? Why would I increase your taxes? The less money you keep, the less resistance for me. You'd be too busy trying to pay taxes instead of trying to fight me. If I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet, now what would I do? My final maw, after I've taken over all your governments, all your institutions, all your infrastructure, I've weaponized the ecosphere, changed the food, changed the water, changed the medicine. I've altered the atmosphere. I've convinced your government there's too many of you, and I've convinced you there's too many of you. I've taxed you to death, and I've taken away your privacy, taken away your rights. Now, what would my finalment, what would my grand opus be in my quest to take over the earth? I would shift from infecting your governments to injecting you. If I were a dying alien race from a dying alien planet, I would alter your genetics and make you believe that you are saving the earth by killing yourself. So by the time you wake up and you realize I just committed mass suicide, you're dead and the earth is mine. Welcome to planet Earth. Any questions? I said any questions. By the time you wake up, you're dead and the earth is mine. Okay, guys. We got 5 minutes. Does anyone see what is taking place on this planet? Can you see it? Can you see the agenda? Do you see it? Do you understand? When you look at the big picture, look at the big picture. Too many people are focused on the pieces of the chessboard. They're focused on the knight and the bishop and the king and the queen and the pawns. Stop focusing on the pieces on the chessboard. Now look at the total chessboard. Do you see the agenda? Some good, some evil. I want to leave you with something. There is a push right now. Remember, you heard it here first. I want you to understand this term: collateralization of debt. They are trying to collateralize debt. What does that mean? And then I'm done. There is an agenda that they want every country to sign in order for them to forgive the paper debt. Listen carefully. If you want to understand why money is being printed at the rate that it's being printed, is so that certain currencies can be destroyed in order for them to forgive debt. Okay? The reason why they want to forgive, I'm talking about nations' debt. I'm not talking about student loan debts. I'm talking about national debts. The reason why they want to forgive, I'm talking about the bankers. They want to forgive national debt. It's not because they're going to forgive national debt, it's because the debt has been shifted. Listen carefully so that you're not tricked. Nama, you got it. The debt will no longer be if nations sign a certain treaty. Listen carefully. If nations sign a certain treaty, watch how the treaty will unfold. The debt, DEBT, will no longer be paper currency. The collateral will be the human body. Is anyone on earth today? Thank you, Regina. Are you guys following? Are you guys following? Let me put it to you in simple terms. Let's say I'm a country and I have 100 people in my country, okay? And the stakeholder capitalists, go look up that term. Stakeholder capitalists, okay? They come to my country and they say, okay, we have this treaty. In order for the treaty or the agreement to be active, your people have to take your people must be mandated to take liquid Lucifer. Okay? So now me as the government, I have to force my population to take liquid Lucifer. Oh, DCH, you get it. You understand where I'm going with this. Okay? So we have to force, I now as the government have a population of 100 people. I'm showing you how the contract is going to play out so you're not stupid. You got it, Kay, right? So the stakeholder capitalists come to my government and say, hey, listen, We're going to erase your debts, the paper debt, okay? And we're going to collateralize the debts, meaning collateral, okay? So, in order for you to do that, you must mandate that your population take liquid lucifer. So I say, okay, if you're going to collateralize the debts, meaning humans, humans, what is my stake when you collateralize the debts? So the stakeholder capitalists said, okay, we pay for the investment, we pay for the logistics, we pay for all of this. So we're going to take 70% and you get 30%. You go, no, I, as a sovereign nation right now, control 100% of my citizens. So the stakeholder capitalists go back to the drawing board and they said, okay, we get 60%, you get 40%. People, what is the collateral? If there is no longer paper debt, what is the collateral? If the stakeholder capitalists get your government to sign that treaty, what becomes the collateral? Do, 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 do. You. Humans. Humans. Let me show you how the contract will go. Right now, let's say I'm a country. Okay? And I am a country. I have 100 people in my country. And 100 of them was squibby squabbered, jibby jabbered, and liquid lucifered. The stakeholder capitalists come. Now we need you to sign on to this agreement. Now we're going to collateralize your debts. We're going to rid you of your paper debt because now the human population in your country, by virtue of Lucifer in their blood, becomes the collateral. It doesn't end there. Now they are negotiating how much humans the corporations own and how many humans the government owns. You see, people thought that open borders was collapsing your border, like collapsing the border of the southern part of the United States or collapsing the border of Europe or collapsing the African borders. No. They figured out that the open borders is ownership of your genetics, ownership of your body. That's how you collapse a country's border. And that ownership belongs to international players. They are negotiating who gets what part of the human population in each country. Does anyone understand what they're about? They're telling you they're collapsing the COVID hoax because they are rolling out the treaties and dividing up the country as to who's owned by a foreign entity and who's owned by the local government. Your Bible, not mine, because I don't follow that book. Bingo, K. Wright. Your Bible told you that Babylon, the great city, New York City, London, they were destroyed because they traded in slaves, the book of Revelation. Because they traded in slaves. They are trying to pass a treaty in every country on earth where the corporations will own parts, large parts of the population in people's countries. And that is how they intend to collapse the borders and have open borders and eradicate national sovereignty. You really think they were going to collapse each individual border of each individual country? Of course not. They'd fail. So what did they do? They collapsed it by owning the genetics of the people and are now collateralizing the population. Understand what is taking place. Okay? And don't look at the pieces on the chessboard. Look at the whole chessboard and you'll get what's taking place. Do not permit yourself to be owned by any wealthy individual or any foreign corporation, or your body to be owned by the government. It means pure, unadulterated slavery. All right, guys. Guys, if you need assistance in how to plan to help yourself in these times, book a consultation. Okay? Thank you, E. Carter. Please, people, prepare. This is the final thing I'm going to tell you before I sign off. There's going to be a major setback as a major country is going to collapse. I'm not going to say more than that, okay? That collapse of that country will help give you time. Please stock up on food. Women, if you're menstruating, stock up on pads. If you have children, stock up on food for them. If you take pharmaceutical medicine, stock up on medicine. Okay? People, please do this. Okay? Because a mighty collapse of a major player in this whole agenda is coming. Okay? Stock up. Wow, repoing body parts is just the twilight zone out here. People, book a consultation. You can book a half an hour. Okay? It's $50 for a half an hour. Book a consultation. Get prepared. Okay? And if you know you're supposed to live, you're supposed to be in a certain part of the country, move there. The last thing before I forget, they want to issue reparations for African Americans in the state of California. Okay? I am not against reparations because I know the horrendous stuff they've done to Black people in this country, and I am a victim of the crazy experiments they do on Black people. I am pro reparations for Black people. However, look at the state that is issuing those reparations and look at the time they're issuing it. It appears to me that this is being done, and look at the FTX scandal. I'll give you an analogy. Remember when they raised $6 billion for Haiti? And they sectioned off $6 billion for Haiti? How much of that money went to help Haitians? How many houses were built after they raised $6 billion for Haiti? Y'all remember? Okay, let's go back to the 80s. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There are people dying. Remember that fiasco? Okay. Remember. Nama, I'm going to keep that in mind. Remember the We Are the World? The billions they raised to fight AIDS in Africa. Remember that fiasco? Billions of dollars. How many of that money went to fight AIDS in Africa? Does anyone remember? I am not against reparations, okay? There are people dying. Maybe you will make it back a brighter day. So let's start giving. How much of that money went to fight AIDS in Africa? In fact, they gave them AIDS. Okay. All I am saying to Black people is this. I believe you deserve reparations. I do, because I know the shit that they've done to you because they did it to me. But all I'm going to ask you is this. Whenever they put aside money to give reparations, have the people ever received the money? If you want to understand if you'll see a dime in reparations, go study the FTX scandal. All right, people, I love you. Yes, I believe people should be given reparations. And don't get me started on COVID reparations, okay? Black people should be given reparations, and small business owners that they destroyed should be given reparations too. But let's be real. This system, proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay? Love you guys. Keep your 2 feet on the ground. Keep your eyes in the front of you. Keep your third eye open and an extra pair of eyes behind your head. Of course, the people never get it. That's the whole point. Take money from the state, okay? Claim that you're going to give. It's the big list, people. NGOs, charities, philanthropy is the biggest racket on the tax-paying racket on planet Earth. Take the taxpayers' dollars, claim you're going to help the poor. This is typical communism. Run the money into organizations, take 90 to 98% of the money, skim it off the top, and then disburse that money to you and your friends, and then take less than 1% to help the poor people. It's a racket. Okay? That's what it is. Right? So Do I believe in reparations? Hell yeah. Do I trust these demoniacs? Hell no. That's just me. Okay, guys? So, guys, love you. Prepare. Keep your eyes on the ground. Keep your eyes on the ground. Keep your eyes open and your 2 feet on the ground. Okay? Love you guys. Take care of yourself. And talk to you guys in consultations this week. Bye.